Welcome to Meditate with me. My name is David Youngren. So today I want to talk about how we move from fear to love when we meditate. And that's really the goal of meditation. So let me just explain what I mean with this. As you know, if you listen to the other videos, you'll know that when I'm talking about meditation, I'm not referring to it as, you know, the end goal in itself. I'm talking about meditation as a means, as a pathway, as a tool, as a resource to get from where you are into becoming completely aware of God. And when you're completely aware of God, you are aware of unconditional love. And it's in that awareness that you awaken to your true self. You begin to understand who you are, and that leads to peace, that leads to happiness, that leads to a transformation within you, and you become just a lot happier, and it even improves your health. You've heard a lot of these things before through these different videos. But today I want to specifically talk about fear, because I have discovered that what hinders us and the reason why we're not aware, we are in the presence of God, but we are not aware of God. And the reason why is because we are trapped in our own heads. And fear is what has so been engraved in our subconscious that we don't even know how to exist. We cannot even be aware of this omnipresent, this ever-abiding sense of love, which is the energy of the universe. The Father is above all, is through all and in all. The God lies in all of us, but also transcends all of us. And that's the beautiful thing about God. And meditation will help us to get to that point, but fear will always stand in our way. And let me give you an example. You might think this is like, you know, crazy. So this is just like a crazy story. You think I've been, you know, drinking too much of whatever, crazy juice, and that's okay. But let me just tell you what happened to me. So even if you think, well, that's a crazy story, I don't believe that story, well, it doesn't matter. Let me just tell you what happened to me, and hopefully it will bring some clarity to what fear does to a person. I was at the mall, and I was going there to pick up actually some Chipotle, of all things. And I was talking to, you know, the cashier, and a very nice young woman. And you know, I was just thinking about that God is everywhere, that God breathed into the nostrils, that as the book of Genesis poetically points out, that God breathed into the nostrils of man. You know, they didn't understand what we understand today as far as science, so they used different terminology. And we became conscious, we became a living being. We became aware of our own self. We became aware of our own existence. God breathed into the nostrils of breath of his own breath, his very own life, his spirit. So I was thinking about this, that spirit is love, and that all of us, at the very core, in him we live and move and have our being. In God we live and move and have our being. That at the very core of each and every one of us, we are spirit who live in a body and have a mind. And so I was thinking about these different thoughts, and suddenly, as I'm walking away, I'm like caught up in almost like a, I don't know what you want to call it. It doesn't matter what you want to call it, but I was caught up, and I saw all the people gathered in this food court of the mall. And it was like, I saw like this energy, this like a cloud, like a mist of some kind of pure, unconditional, selfless love. It was the most incredible feeling. I was so overwhelmed, but I looked around and I saw people just milling around, running around, and it seemed like it was through all and above all. It was everywhere. It was transcending all things. But here is what I noticed. No one was aware of it. No one was aware of the presence of God. And I came near the end, close to the door, to the exit of the mall, and I see a lady. She's sitting down there. She's by herself, and I look into her eyes, and when I look into her eyes, they look, you know, glazed over, like she was in a different world. She was distant, she was far away, she was not present, and I realized she was trapped in her mind. Maybe she was obsessing about the past. Maybe she was thinking about something in the past. Or maybe she was thinking about something in the future. She was worried. She was afraid. She was dealing with all these emotions. She was not aware. She didn't see me. She didn't recognize me. She didn't see anybody. She was caught up in her head, in her mind. And right there and then, something spoke to me so powerfully that most of the world is trapped in their thoughts, in their mind. They are trapped in thoughts of worry, anxiety, I'm not enough, of depression. They're dealing with all kinds of emotions that are rooted in shame, in this insecurity of I'm not enough, of a sense of loneliness, of a sense of despair, a sense of, you don't always have those emotions. I'm not suggesting you always have those emotions. You're always aware of those emotions. But so many people, their very entire being, their very life is rooted in this feeling that I'm not enough. And everything they do is a continuous struggle to prove that feeling wrong. Or sometimes they just become victims. They live in their head and they just feel sorry for themselves. And so the whole problem with the world is that we're stuck in this narrative of fear. And meditation is all about becoming aware of God, becoming aware of love. And when you become aware of love, you transcend, you change. This egoic mindset begins to dissolve, and you begin to experience a new sense of happiness and joy within, because you are aware of that which transcends everything, that is omnipresent, that is with you right now. And so I would encourage you to meditate. And if you don't know much about meditation, just visit the site. There's guided meditation, and I'm going to give it to you for free. It's just there. You just go there and download this audio, and you can meditate with me. And also, please check back here, because we add videos every week. So please check back again. You can subscribe to the channel, this YouTube channel, to make sure that it reminds you of each time we upload a new video. Thank you. Have a good day.